Hi Spirit Fam, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an August message for all of the Capricorns out in the collective. I want to thank you all so much for being with me today. And if you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. I want to point out that this is going to be a general reading, so it is not going to resonate with every single Capricorn out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. So that means don't try to make something fit that doesn't. So without further ado, Capricorn, let's go ahead and dive right into your August message. Hi Capricorn, welcome back. As you can see, we are in a different setup today. So we are going to draw your oracle cards first. We were going to go through them one by one, and then we will dive right into the tarot cards to see how your oracle cards fit in with the messages that we have for you for this month. So it looks like we are starting out with commitment, and this is all about maybe a sacred contract this month. I do sort of feel though that this commitment is really about the commitments that you make with yourself and with the commitment to new things that you are wanting to sort of bring into your life here, Capricorn. Interesting. Okay. And let's see what your last oracle card is. Your last card is Goodwill. Okay. With Goddess Gaia. Okay. This is very interesting so far here, Capricorn. So let's go ahead and dive right into commitment here. So right off the bat, this one of roses is all about oneself, the commitment that you make to yourself. This is about self-love, self-care, self-nurturing. And I feel that this is also about making sure that you are committed to your growth and committed to your purpose and your mission during this specific lifetime. It's interesting because I love how this commitment right here is really illuminated by the lamp. Really notice how the lamp on this table really illuminates the contract. So that means that any commitment that you make in this lifetime is really about enlightening you. It's about helping you, guiding you. It's reassuring you that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing. The interesting thing here is that you have destruction, which is right in the middle, which is the heart of your reading. And destruction is all about letting things that need to fall away, wither away, or die sort of dissipate out of your life. It's really about change. Destruction is all about the change that we often face in our life. And I feel that in this particular instance, it's really about you being committed to the change, the transformation that it takes to really fulfill our purpose and our mission. One of the interesting things with destruction is that a lot of times when we're going through this change, all we really see is the darkness, right? We sort of see all of the negative and we don't ever really see the positive. But the thing is that when we get to the center of our transformation, and while we are in the midst of transformation, we ultimately are in darkness, because that means that new growth, new birth will arise, right? And it's all about pushing through to the light. So I feel that for you here, Capricorn, I feel that this month is all about your commitments, really taking into account the commitments that you have made and any promises that you have made this month. And really evaluate which one of those promises you need to let go of, you need to sort of walk away from. Because not everything that you commit yourself to is meant to be for you. It's not meant to be a part of your life. And I feel that sometimes that's our way of trying to hold on to things that we don't want to get rid of because we feel that it's a part of us, right? We sort of attach it to a part of us. A prime example here is, I'm going to use myself as an example. I can honestly tell you that one of the biggest things that I've had a very hard time letting go of is me doing card readings, because I'm very good at it and I love doing it, and it brings me joy. But the one thing that I have learned is that that is not my path. It's not my future. My future is in being a trance medium channeler. And that has been the hardest commitment that I have had to make for myself, along with a commitment to doing it long term. So again, for you, Capricorn, this is really about looking at your commitments and really asking yourself which commitments you need to ultimately walk away from. Now, I want to focus a little bit here on this Goodwill card, because I do feel that its message really pertains to, your purpose, your mission here. So let's read a little bit from the book here to see what your goodwill message is. We bring you the empowerment of goodwill. There is a type of spiritual power you can co-create, which benefits and protects you whilst mutually empowering others to take their journey and experience divine success. This spiritual power, known as goodwill, is generated by how you feel inside and the attitude you cultivate towards others. When you know you have value, it is easy to recognize the value in another. When you feel encouraged by the universe, it is easy to encourage others. As you put out support, encouragement, and goodwill for the success of all beings, this energy is amplified and returned to you. So I feel that ultimately what this is saying for you here, Capricorn, is that when you go this month and you evaluate all of the commitments, really ask yourself, are your commitments for the benefit of others? Or are they just for the benefit of yourself? Again, I feel that there's a little bit of a balance that needs to take place here, Capricorn, because I feel like a lot of times you tend to, it's almost like a catch-22. It's almost like you tend to only focus on yourself, but at the same time, you often put yourself aside for others, right? So again, I feel that overall your message this month is really about looking at your commitments, really figuring out which commitments are for the greater good of all and are to benefit all, and which ones you need to ultimately walk away from that aren't going to benefit you in any way in the long term. Okay, that's the important thing. In the long term, is this commitment or what you are committing to going to benefit you long term? I think that's ultimately the first thing you have to ask yourself. So we have perspective here. So again, it's about understanding that maybe the way that we perceive things isn't necessarily the way that it truly is. And so sometimes oh my gosh, look at this. Sometimes we have to sort of take a step back. We have to pause what we're doing and sort of see things from a different perspective, or look at things in a different way. Okay. I'm a little taken aback here, Capricorn, because you have three major arcanas to start off right off the bat. So we have perspective, the Wheel of Fortune, and new beginnings. So let's dive right in. Perspective says there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight and dare to be different. So the interesting thing here with perspective is that it is a number 12, so it reduces to a 3, and a 3 is all about creation. And again, when it comes to your commitments, I feel like you really need to reflect on those commitments and really evaluate, really look at them, like hardcore look at them with a magnifying glass and really say, you know, is there a different way that I can approach this? Is there something else that can be done in regards to this where it doesn't require so much of my time and energy, right? Understand that the Wheel of Fortune here says that this is about new beginnings. It's about the end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. Again, make no mistake that the wheel falling here on the mist of destruction, to me, really clearly signifies that there are some commitments that you will ultimately have to let go of here, Capricorn, because that's what it's saying, is that there are new things that are going to be coming into your life that is going to take a lot of your time and your energy away from those commitments. So again, it's really about evaluating which ones you really want to put forth energy and effort into. The Wheel of Fortune is constantly moving. It never stops here, Capricorn. So again, it's not about resisting the flow as it's moving. It's more about going with the flow, okay? With new beginning, this is starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. So again, with this goodwill, it's really pointing you towards a new direction, a new path that you are ultimately going to have to take, because I feel that part of your purpose and your mission this lifetime is really, it's a whole scale. Looking at it, it's on a much grander scale, right? So this means that because I feel that you're going to be moving in a very different direction, you're going to have to be presented with a choice, and you're ultimately going to have to choose. You have the Two of Gabriel here, which says, make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. So I feel, Capricorn, that for some of you, this could be a new adventure in a career or in a new job, in a new role. I do feel that whatever commitments or whatever contracts that come up for you this month, really reflect. Really take a pause. Don't just automatically sign on the dotted line. You really want to look at the fine print of anything that you sign this month, Capricorn, because it ultimately is going to determine what your life is going to look like for the next couple of years. And so it's going to be very important that you really go through any contract or any commitment with a fine-tooth comb. Making sure that all of those I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed, get it looked over by a lawyer. Like, I'm being very serious here, Capricorn. I feel that you are going to be presented with an opportunity this month that is going to basically change your life for the better in a lot of ways. But again, it's really about you needing to evaluate what you need to let go of in order to make room for this new that's coming in your life. Okay. And I feel that when you really evaluate, you know, what's best for you, you're ultimately going to know without a shadow of a doubt that, you know, you've ultimately made the right choice. So again, Capricorn, you have the World card here, which is a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. So I feel that whatever contracts or commitments come up for you, when you really evaluate them and you recognize that there are some that you're needing to walk away from or just not sign, right? Like whatever contract that you feel is just not appropriate for you, rest assured that you've made the right choice, because understand that, you know, some things that sort of present themselves in our lives try to appear as if they're better for you, right? Like when it appears that it's when it appears as if it's too hard to believe, like if it's just too good to be true, oftentimes it is. But again, it's really about taking that pause, right? really allowing yourself to reflect and really tune in to seeing it from a different angle, point of view, right? The Nine of Raphael is the Nine of Cups, which says, make a wish, dreams become reality, and a joyful time of life. Capricorn, I feel like you're moving in an entirely new direction. And I feel that it's important for you to really evaluate what direction that is and making sure that you're happy. I feel that no matter what, this month is going to be a very fulfilling month for you. You're going to be very satisfied with what has transpired for you this month. And you're going to be very confident in yourself and in your abilities. And you're just going to be thriving in a way that other people are going to look at you and say, wow, I want what Capricorn has, right? Because you're ending here on the Queen of Gabriel, which is you can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. This is ultimately speaking to that aspect of you that is just on fire and is turning heads left and right. You are very inspiring and insightful, and people want what you have, and you have the capacity to be able to share that and sort of stand on your own 2 feet and provide. And this is where you are headed here, Capricorn. So again, I just kind of want to pinpoint a little bit here, Capricorn, that your message this month is really about making sure that you take time to evaluate any contracts or any commitments that sort of come up in your life. Really recognize those that you need to walk away from that really don't play a part in your life. Make sure that you really align yourself with the goodwill of yourself and the goodwill of all, right? It's about having those positive expectations and about recognizing that it's what is in the best interest for all parties involved. Okay, so Capricorn, this is your message. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next month with your new message. Bye, guys.